I need you to do it. You feel me? Nigga.
Lit.
What? Hey guys, welcome back to Phoenix.
Well, hi.
What are you doing?
Trying to get up.
You want some help?
No.
Hey guys, I'm gonna put something on my head to symbolize that this is the next episode. But yeah, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. If you guys remember in the last episode, we pressed Old Bag a little bit more, and we, as in me and Bees, almost instantaneously noticed the fact that the picture that Miss Old Bag had found in Lotta Hart's bag, if you guys remember that from a few episodes ago, Lotta Hart's little camera had went missing. Turns out that Old Bag stole it and took the picture that was in there, and that picture was of the Nickel Samurai costume being worn by somebody who was way too small to be wearing the Nickel Samurai costume.
Yes, it.
Okay?
Right.
They were walking all over their closed ankles. The glove didn't fit. You know what I'm saying? No O.J. Simpson. But here we are. You know, we doing the thing. March 22nd, 2:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3.
Dude.
Nigga, that's not your character, nigga! I'm sorry, guys. Dude.
Why are you saying sorry to them? You should say sorry to me.
I'm sorry, Jaden.
Who?
I'm sorry, baby.
Okay.
Dude, I can't believe that Adrian... Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. You cannot be throwing that thing around like that. You cannot be doing that, bro. Because it's heavy, bro. Mm-hmm. It's heavy. It's dense, bro. Dude, I can't... So annoying.
Not you brace it for impact.
Yeah, I was ready, bro. I had to get ready. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian... No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person that had access to the knife you used... Oh, wait, that's me. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So, after the ceremony, during the break, huh?
Oh, you went to sleep, bro?
This nigga... Oh, yeah, he did say he was asleep. I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See? She could have easily planted that blood-covered button in your hockey. Because she was the one that came to wake me up. Then, dude, you're saying it was really her? Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Carita. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of the day, but nigga, you'll keep living your life. Everyone else in this trial will be traumatized.
Yes.
Give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lure, dude?
Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right?
Yeah. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impact as her strength and reason to live. Golly.
My question is, why did she off herself? Like,
yeah, what was she going through? Right. Did it have something to do with Juan?
Right.
Maybe that's an incentive to kill him. If you find out. If you read the note, it was like, Juan Carita is the worst. He drove me to do this. I'd want to kill that guy too. Mm-hmm. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounded like she left a suicide note and the person thought to have hidden it.
It's Juan Carita, the victim of this murder.
And that's why I think Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Carita. I ought to get the suicide note back.
That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me.
What?
Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impact's. Uh-huh.
It was Edgeworth.
It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet.
You're right.
My question is, why can't I? Because he did so much already, and also I don't see the point in him, like, trying to derail this ship.
Yeah, I'm about to say, after everything he's done.
And especially with what he said.
Yeah.
Because he was saying, like, you're not going to get that verdict unless it's you and me. Like, you cannot do this by yourself.
I'm about to say, because you don't even know who Celeste Impacts is. Like, it's so much. It's a whole nother layer to this, and only he has that information. So I don't see why he would try to mess this up unless he was trying to, like, challenge me mentally.
Right.
But I mean, grow up, bro. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court, Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Carita's room. What is your occupation?
I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Ungard.
I see. Now then.
Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request.
Yeah, sure. What is it?
I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently.
No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Let's hope that's not foreshadowing. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Yes, I was saying, Mr. Carita. What? I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself.
So it was a fry and bait matter, or is that a bait and fry? I'm out here fishing.
But I didn't kill him.
No one is accusing you of that.
I think there's someone who would beg to differ.
I am. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then, witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. Now, she said she didn't want us to share something. Is it her true nature?
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking, is it like the suicide in general? Because I'm not gonna lie, sis.
That's a part of it, too.
Sorry. Because I'm definitely about to drop some info.
It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock.
Gasp! My tomato juice!
What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice.
What? What?
You know what I'm saying?
You went and got a glass of juice?
But if that was the case, her fingerprints would have been on that big bottle.
It would have been on the big bottle, and also, you poured yourself the glass and then what, just put it down and left? You poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of the crime, and I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing.
And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass are made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match.
Yes, I know.
In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing.
Disrupt her pacing?
She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand?
Yes, ma'am. What does that mean, though, for my pressing?
That means
Can I still press?
Yes. But, okay. When you press, you gotta make sure you're pressing.
Got it. When I found the body.
It was time for the show to start, so I need to get back from his room.
Didn't you lying? And what was Mr. Ungard doing at the time?
He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his main performance as a Nickel Samurai during the ceremony.
Mr. Ongard did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes?
Excuse me? It? What are you...
Right, I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Ongard's knife from his room?
No.
Subject, verb, object, right? Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue.
Okay.
Nigga, like, relax.
After that, I went to one to.
No, you didn't. And why did you do that?
As a friendly gesture, one was to make an appearance with the other heroes.
So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Is that the only reason? Or were you going over there to give him some immaculate mackin'?
I beg your pardon? What are you implying?
That you were going over to give him some immaculate mackin'. You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had more of a personal matter to discuss with the victim?
Sorry, but I didn't have any such interest in mine at that time.
Can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. Maybe continue now. Witness, what did you see when you got to his room?
And so, what is this body? I was in shock.
You were in shock.
What? Was I not supposed to be?
Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had a romantic feeling for Mr. Kurita. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect a young beauty like her would not be shocked.
Yo, Edgeworth.
Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see.
What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as the crime scene.
This is the photograph you're referring to, correct?
Stab! Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest.
And the guitar case was like this too?
Yes, it was open and empty, of course.
And then what did you do next, witness?
That was all I was about to say, so I put myself less juice.
That's what's getting me.
Yeah.
Juice?
Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself.
But you didn't drink any of it, did you?
Huh?
There were no lip marks left on this wine glass that suggest that anyone drank from it.
I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it.
Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Kurita, you were in great shock, and that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct?
And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. What?
Your mind was a complete blank. I didn't think that was possible for you.
Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing...
What one thing?
Never mind. It's no big deal.
What was she starting to say just now? Press further. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I.
I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing.
I pissed my pants.
When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over.
I love her fit. Wow.
Flower vase? Are you talking about the photo on the floor? Are you talking about the one on the floor and the crime photo? Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
This mess of glass shards?
It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case, and that's how I got wet.
Why did you withhold such an important piece of information?
It's important?
I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess.
Thinking a lot about the crime scene, sis, for someone that's in shock, and well, mine was completely a blank. Looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this to anything else you have to reveal to your testimony.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else.
I was the one who knocked the fire vase over where it fell on the guitar.
What kind of flower vase was it?
It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Juan's pulse, so I set the glass I was holding on the dresser.
Okay.
Yo, she just in there doing stuff, just touching things.
And that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase.
This what I don't understand, bro. Here's what's getting me. Let me get this straight, chat. When you walk in on a dead body, is the first thing you do not be like, I'm out of here. I'm gone. I'm going to go find somebody. You're around. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me go check his pulse. Oh my gosh. The flower vase. Hold on. The flower vase. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Hold on. Let me check his pulse. There's a knife in his chest. Let me check his pulse.
Oh wait, hold on.
There's a knife in his chest. Let me check his pulse. No, I'm not gonna drink it. I just poured myself a glass of tomato juice, took 0 sips, and put it. And Juan is over there dead, bro. She's just over there doing activities in the background. It's like The Sims 4, bro. She's just out there goofing around.
He's just dead.
In the chair slumped. Like, come on, bro. That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself.
That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality.
Doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now.
I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to
keep on the offensive and not let up.
The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence.
Okay, empty. There's some water on it, but only on the top of the lid bears Korea's fingerprints.
And it was open already.
No, I'm about to say, if it was open already, she's cooked. Dang it! Dang it! Just gotta look.
There we go.
Oh yeah, you're done for, sis. You're done for. 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 I have to find something. I just have to, for Maya's sake. Yeah, you're done for. You're done for. After that, I went to Juan's room, and that's where his dead body. I was in shock. That's when I saw exactly the exact same thing as the crime scene photo. Felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Still not over that. I was the one who knocked the flower vase over, where it fell onto the guitar case. I would like to present something really fast. It's only on the top of the lid. Should I present? First of all,
save. Fantastic.
Wouldn't be me if I didn't save. Whatever, don't save. Call the cops. Please don't.
Don't.
Please don't call the cops.
Don't.
Okay, never mind.
Silence.
You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is that correct?
Yes.
And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case?
Is there some problem with what I said?
It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, You testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside.
Ooh, talk about it.
That's very true. Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo.
It's open.
The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what's wrong with that? Oh, and what's wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards should be inside, not outside the case. What is your point, right? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? No, I think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say that she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on the case at all. Yes, very much a late stream, dog, for sure. What's up, Joe? That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it?
Edward too fine. Ask him if he like black girls.
He does. I've talked to him personally. It does seem that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Nah, ain't no need to hear you out, dog. I'm right there with you.
We are barking right there with you, bro.
It's alright. Do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? Yeah. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this.
Yo, Edgeworth. My sister said.
Go back up.
My sister said.
Go back up.
My sister said.
Yeah.
She wanna smash.
Yeah.
My sister said.
Yeah. Back up.
My sister said she wanna smash. She wants some of that Edgeworth.
Yeah, alright. I'm ready to call the cops. Yo. Chad, I would like to sincerely apologize from the bottom of my heart, bro. Listen.
Look at her, she hide. That's yours.
Yeah, this is mine. Show yours, bro.
The whole firm.
Show yours, y'all. Show yours, Ja. Yeah, she can't really handle these things, bro.
I can.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. Can't believe I'm doing this either.
Y'all are ridiculous.
Alright, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews.
Let me see if that edge is worth it. I'ma sleep good tonight.
She sure is, yeah. My boy. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor.
The guitar case.
I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed.
I gotta bring up chat. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, JoJo. I'm on phone. Hold up. The Lakers are having a really cool game though right now. But either I'm gonna get a notification that something insane just happened and they won, or I'm not. So, you know, people don't mess with me, so I just mess with them. Everyone know I do this so selfless.
Thank you, homie.
Gang the homies, they know I'm the best of this. Keep on playing with me, I'ma mess them up.
Chilling,
Keep
just
on
had
playing with me,
Chinese
I'm a mess.
and a cup from my
Shorty, she
cupcake
love
from
me,
my
she
favorite
sound the
bakery.
best.
I've showered and now I'm relaxing, listening to music, bro. On some real, on some real, that is a bomb night. My messages are so delayed. I hate it. Y'all end up reading it late and it's not on time with what y'all are saying.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I have chat brought up now, so I can see you. I can see the stream. I should have been doing that in the first place.
Yeah.
Can you get away from the microphone? I don't remember too clearly.
I said that. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. How you know that? If you didn't open it.
I'm saying, if it was closed when the thing fell and you didn't open it, how did you know it was empty?
Oh! As for why I opened the case, even I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
But your fingerprints aren't on it.
You know, he's just so mean.
Oh my gosh.
He's so mean.
But you see the contradiction there. You weren't paying attention.
I did.
What was it?
Her fingerprints should have been on there, but they weren't.
Okay, I'll give you that. My fault. That's on me. That's on me. It's like this really wasn't a very important point. The wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using anyway to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man.
Yo, fight me right now. Yo, Joe, come get your man. He being rude.
See, right, if you were an alpha male like me, you would never say something like that. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. It was once. Relax, bro. I was a bit dazed. Hold it. During your testimony just now, do you remember those events clearly in your mind?
Why? We ain't doing nothing wrong. I don't have my glasses. I can't see. Not us really twinning. I don't have my glasses.
Not us really twinning. Y'all are real twins. Y'all said it like y'all fake twins.
Cause I was gonna say, oh, we twinning, but no, we really twinning. Cause we both don't got our glasses. That's why I'm looking like this right now. Anyway, lo siento.
I got the fluffy goatee. I can like curl up a little bit into up here. All right, that hurts.
It hurts?
I have ingrowns.
Maybe you should let me get them.
No. Well, you see.
Well, you see.
Are you sure you're the one who opened the guitar case?
Bro, it's hot. I'm about to strip. Not actually.
Like, what?
I didn't mean to say that. I'm
about to say, I do want to change out of this. Hold up. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Hold up. Make sure it turned. Alright, it turned off.
Hold on.
Straight for me. So, no, I'm sorry, chat.
You're ridiculous. That was so inappropriate.
Yeah, that was mad inappropriate.
Whoa! But now I'm probably gonna feel cold. Oh, people are gonna see my.
I don't care.
Wait.
Look, man, at the end
I don't even want to wear this because this is very hot too.
Open a window.
No, because it's gonna be noisy.
It's not that bad.
It can be.
Just crack it.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Do you wanna build a snowman?
Sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to get banned. And we. Never mind.
Where my lotion at, bro?
You said where your lotion at?
Found it.
Okay. Jaden pops the window open with a bottle of lotion because
It's small enough.
yeah.
And
You could also turn on the fan if you like.
Papi, no,
Okay.
we're not doing all that.
Okay.
Wait.
If you ever thought, bro, like when I think back on like life, someone would have told me that if someone in 2019 would have told me that in 2025 my friend Jaden would be calling me Poppy, living in a home together because we are married, I'd have been like, you are absolutely wildin', bro.
And I would have sat there like, for real, really? Whoa.
I know.
I would have been like, really? Oh wow, okay. I mean.
Oh wow, okay.
Cause
Future giant,
you know.
All right, we can. Like, you see how she get, bro? Yes, Cam is back on. We are back. We are so very back.
We had to strip for each other. No.
Like I said, Chad, she's off the She be tripping off it. You see her? She's over there wowing, bro. She's over there tripping out, bro, for nothing.
Stop, please. How did it get hot? What? For real? Nephew? I thought he was our cousin. Did I miss something?
That's our cousin.
Please tell me you meant nephew as in like our actual nephew.
They're talking about his. They're talking about
Deuce.
Deuce. Only name that was coming to my mind was Daryl. She need to put his ass down.
Stop talking about our nephew.
Bro, you know what you need to start talking about? The trial. Like, Maya could die, bro.
Okay, first of all, I'm literally talking to my sister. Second of all, you need to be nice.
First of all, you have a phone number.
Third of all, I don't.
First of all, I pay that phone bill every month on the Disney dot, bro. First of all, I pay that phone bill. First of all, I pay that phone bill. Second of all, text her. Get out my chat trying to have personal life conversations. Get out my life trying to have personal life conversations, okay?
Your forehead is in the camera.
Go do your own thing on your own time. I pay that phone bill every month. What do I pay the phone bill for? Text, bro. Get on Messenger. You have LTE, unlimited data, bro. She's
waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not.
Sounds like her dependent side is taking over. Just over there. Well, Miss Andrews.
Yes, it was me. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the bass over.
So, you opened the guitar case then?
Yes. Well, maybe.
Why did you open the guitar case?
Huh?
Mr. Karita's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open the guitar case. Or like pour yourself a glass of tomato juice.
Right.
Pour yourself a glass of ketchup. Like,
right.
As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
Being dazed can only take you but so far.
Yeah, bro. Like, how dazed were you?
Right.
Maybe I...
You're too dazed. You're so dazed you just started opening up guitar cases, pouring yourself glasses of ketchup to drink, and then not drinking.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not.
Really?
Who cares? He's dead. Who's gonna play it?
Hand me 2 scrunchies immediately. I have to see it. This looks good. Okay, there goes one. Oh, hand me a different one. Hand me a different one. Give me that.
I use this one for myself. This is black. I want to use this one.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not.
Thank you.
Oh!
Hold on, y'all. Quick hairstyling session.
Quick hairstyling sesh. Oh my gosh, this is cute, Loki. What the heck?
You think I can do it?
I think. I don't know. I hope.
Nah, my front Johns. Hold up. Don't ignore the fact that I'm cross-eyed right now, because I'm not usually cross-eyed. Don't try and look at the thing. I'm only using one of my eyes. We're like animes
Kawaii desu ne.
We're like animes.
Kawaii
They
desu.
killed my father.
Oh.
Is this stupid, chat? Does this look good for me?
My hair is too short for this.
No, you look cute.
I do.
Yeah.
That's because my face is
You
up.
look like a nice little Irish girl or something. Ain't it St. Patrick's Day? Got a green one.
Is today St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know, bro. I don't care nothing about Saint or Patty. In the middle of the trial, Phoenix Wright just started doing up his locks. Sorry, y'all. I gotta get cute if I win. I gotta make sure I'm cute if I win, y'all. I can't really do this with my left hand because it just doesn't make sense. Like, my left hand just isn't very good at, like, doing things.
I don't really like my hair like this. Maybe I just need to put it down lower. Aww.
Absolutely not. Don't bro. It's not even on. Whatever. This works.
Okay.
I look kawaii desune enough. I look kawaii, bro.
I look kawaii, bro.
Chat, do I look kawaii?
Okay, there we go. This makes it look better.
This is why we shouldn't have had like a face cam. We just do it out here.
I'm actually gonna keep my hair like this. I like it.
Chat, do you think I'm kawaii or not?
You totally are kawaii. This is.
I said chat. You gonna think I'm kawaii even when I'm not? You do it all the time. You're like, you kawaii, and I'm like, no, I'm not.
Kawaii this.
I'm more like a Paul George. You get it?
Kawaii this. Ooh. Okay.
Bow. So yeah, this how you gonna rock for the. Y'all like it? Y'all like it? You like it?
Like what? I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared. No.
No, I want to take it out. It hurt.
Oh, okay. Why would you tie it so tight?
I don't.
Oh, that hair.
No. A style I was thinking about though. I
Nah.
kind of stole it from Jay.
Me?
Yeah. From the Cub Scouts. Like, what do you think?
I don't know.
I'm just kidding, babes. Babes. I'm just kidding. We gotta start watching Love Island again.
Yeah.
We gotta, you gotta. But we gotta, get Hulu back.
Oh man, do we?
Hulu is it's just superior, bro. Like, all that's on Netflix is Girlfriends. Like, I don't even watch One Piece on there no more. Anyway, we have to continue. I'm sorry, guys.
Gomenasai.
Come on, it's your character. No, it's you. You're right.
I thought maybe the criminal took it?
Why would she care about the bright red guitar?
But
Because the note was in the bright red guitar.
I watched all my anime on Hulu. Yeah. Oh, my shoulder.
Hulu is great, man.
But getting back to things.
It's not a big deal, though, right? The case was empty, after all. Was it really empty? Oh, yeah. Either the note was in the guitar case or it was in the guitar.
Oh. They got rid of a lot of the anime I used to watch for the new anime that hurt my heart. Facts. Facts. They only got the really iconic stuff like Ouran High School.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside.
Oh my gosh, if things work out, I'm gonna have my hair like this for next Sunday. And if my dress comes in and I find the right shoes.
Okay.
Well, for this Sunday.
Yeah. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in a half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright.
Ooh, toes.
Sorry. As to why I opened the case, even I don't know. Was that because you just said it was because you wanted to check and see if the guitar was okay? Now you don't know why you opened it. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at the discovering of the victim's body?
Ooh! Yes. That's probably it.
I'm not gonna get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way is to make her talk with evidence. Guess I should give it a try.
Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now.
I wasn't planning on letting up, but
She's at her weakest now, so this is our chance.
yeah, if we have a weapon to hit her with,
I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found.
I think it's a guitar case because only one person's fingerprints were found on it and they were not hers.
And it was Juan's.
But empty. There are some water only on the top of the lid, bears Corita's fingerprints and Corita's fingerprints alone.
So then...
I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, I don't even know. I think that we present the guitar case here on, I suppose I suppose I must have opened the case. I don't think you opened the case because your fingerprints aren't on it. If you opened it, they would be on there somewhere. And that's radio silence. That is one of the most satisfying feelings ever. When you're just rolling on this game, it feels so good. I'm so sorry for the episode before last, where we were just kind of stuck and it's like we couldn't do anything, bro. We were so tired. Oh my gosh, though, bro. We are rolling right now and it feels good.
Yes, sir.
There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case.
Why would you say that?
It's elementary, my dear.
No, it's not.
Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case were those of the victim.
Whoa.
What is it, Miss Andrews?
You shouldn't assume that I must have left fingerprints just because I touched the case.
What do you mean?
What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time?
Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time? Because she was in that nigga's costume.
And she was the one that stabbed him.
Exactly, like, come on, bro. You look so cute like that. You look so cute like that. That's so cute. I love that so much.
I have to rip it now. What? It was the night of the award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
Where?
I see.
Ooh, that was loud.
Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the time of the crime. That's strange.
That's suspicious.
You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Also, let's just keep in mind, okay? There was a picture taken at the scene of the crime. One picture taken at the scene of the crime, and that was a really short person in the nickel samurai costume. Like, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear, bro. The judge is just up there waiting to bang the gavel. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange?
Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time?
Yeah, you're the GOAT, because I definitely did not know. I wasn't prepared for that. I have your proof right here. This wine glass.
The wine glass?
You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think that it was just a little strange? That you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Dad, she had an extra pair?
No, she snatched him real quick.
She said, this nigga's tripping. Order, order, order.
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time.
What do you mean?
I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here.
I do too.
That's where she put the dead body. Let me stop.
That's where he put that note.
Had her been.
But it's just an empty case.
I wonder if it really was empty, though.
But the guitar, the bright red guitar was at the studio.
Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar.
You don't mean it was a bright white guitar. Wait, that's not right either. I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case. Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us into a misguided... No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place.
How about it?
However, it was wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I'm sure that this guitar case has some relation to the murder. If you're so sure, right, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct?
Oh, I sure can.
Say it again, guys. Sorry, guys.
Please, enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything to do at all with this murder. Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You don't mean to suggest that the... So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, Mr. Wright? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder?
Not that.
Not that, but this. What is this? And why would something like that be inside a guitar case, let alone this one? Why, Mr. Wright? Why? Well, it might have been possible. Okay, that was not it. Cool. Then I'm a little bit lost.
I think you're gonna like this even more.
I like it. I do like the other one more, though. I like it, though.
I love this. This makes you look so quiet. This is so cute. Oh gosh. I'll probably put my hair like this too.
So many options. So many options.
Wait, so the stuff that we would have picked wasn't it?
Yeah, I picked the suicide report.
Okay, so if that wasn't it, then maybe it was do a profile?
I'm about to say, the only other thing I think is her profile. And that was wrong as well. Huh.
Like, very cool looking. There wasn't any blood in it.
Huh.
You're.
No, I'm going back to the
I
question.
know, but like now then,
But
let's
you-
have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder? Was it that?
This?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think so. I mean, we'll go to that if it couldn't have been the Jammin' Ninjas button because that's stupid.
I know.
I
maybe
mean,
it
how
was.
could it? I mean, what? It could. Well, why would it be the knife? Obviously, it's not that picture. All right, I'm going with your. What was your theory?
That one?
The magazine cover.
Which probably isn't it. What could it be?
I have no idea. I feel like I feel a little bit confused. I was pretty certain that she would think it was the suicide note. And that
What did we?
who gave us that? It wasn't her.
Try the button? I don't know.
Sorry, guys. Inside the case? I mean, what else could it be? Did I misclick? Am I tripping? Like, we're gonna say from right here because I'm sick and tired of going through all. Well, y'all get to see the stupidity, bro. And like, don't get on my case if like, oh, I figured this out first try, zero effort. I don't care. My attorney's badge. Glossy photo.
That couldn't be it.
Nah. I was thinking maybe this. Did we try this?
No.
Okay.
Why would she have that?
Yeah. Why would she have that? We know that Elbag had that.
And that.
We've tried that. Yeah. Map of the Gatewater. That doesn't hold any relevance. The guitar case can't be in the guitar case. Neither can the wine glass. Photo of the crime scene offers nothing.
We tried that.
We tried that. We tried this. We tried this. The knife?
Okay, it feels like we
like
clicked.
we've chosen everything that makes any type of logical sense. That would have been horrible. Am I crazy? Like, I really have no idea.
Did you try?
It's not the camera. Like, we've tried, like, most of the stuff. It's like, it can't.
Okay, let's try that. The next one. Okay, that wasn't it either. What the freak?
This is crazy. Obviously, it's not my attorney's badge. Obviously, it's not his picture.
Is it the map? Sure, why not? Why not?
This is crazy.
Oh.
I'm also about to just let this play through, like, after we get it wrong. Because, bro, like, what have we not tried? What, the wine glass was in there? Is that what you're trying to tell me? We tried the crime photo, we tried this, we tried this. This is, like, honestly getting, like, weird, bro.
Look, did we really miss? Like, I don't think.
There's no way, like, one miss is this bad.
Is it that?
Oh, I can't press it yet. I press all one.
What was it?
It was the picture of that Lana took. How does that get in there?
How did it get in there?
Does she have something in her hand?
No. At least not from this angle.
How does the picture get in there?
I don't know. We'll keep your voice down.
Al is awake.
Oh. How you know?
Because when I went out there, the TV in the living room was on.
Oh, cool.
This is a photograph. Yes, but what is important, literally, bro, we tried every other option besides the correct one. I don't think it can get much worse than that. I don't care though. I need to see where this goes. Yes, but what is important is what is in that picture, Your Honor. In this picture. Doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is, inside the guitar case, the Nickel Samurai's very own costume. I felt like when I presented that first one, that was what I was trying to imply. But sure. What?
Why would it be in there?
Yeah, that doesn't make... I mean, how does one guess that? That's literally a guess. Where's the implicate? I need to see the implication. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Right. Are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that?
To cover their tracks.
Are you dumb? Are you dumb, stupid? That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a idea? Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct? You mean this photo? Order. Oh dear! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix.
Oh, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. Bully. 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 That was garbage. I don't care what anyone says. There's no way I could have known that. Or just guessed that with my own cranium, bro. Why would that be in... Why would I ever think that was in there? So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume. Wait a second. Your Honor.
What?
The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt Ungar's. Why would something of the defendants be in the victim's room?
That is a fantastic question.
That is an incredible question, Edgy. And inside the guitar case of all places. Even better question. True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was the Nickel Samurai's costume doing inside the guitar case? I don't know.
It was... No, because if it was stolen, he would have been like, whoa, my clothes.
Yeah.
Or something stupid like that. Okay.
It was a spare. She kept it in her boyfriend's guitar case. Mr. Ungard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we're talking about was a spare one.
Hello?
What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 nickel samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel? Yes, that is what I'm saying. And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself had brought this spare one to the ceremony on purpose. But why? The victim, Mr. Kurita, was the Jammin' Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai's costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act? And therein lies the sticking point.
Objection!
What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue? Huh? No, I just... Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume?
Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one?
I tell you right now, Shorty, absolutely not.
Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you.
Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was... Guess what? Stumped again!
Go with Shorty. Impacts.
Nigga, are you crazy?
Phoenix, what are you doing? Are you crazy?
I presented the evidence with gusto like you said.
I told you to present it with gusto, yes. But I seem to recall the sentence before that was, think carefully.
Okay, so obviously it's evidence. It's not a person, because they keep saying evidence. Are you sure you can explain this one? No, I am not. Alright, who? The reason they brought it was... What is this? On the night of the murder, after the stage show... Give me some. Give me some. Give me some. Give me some. Yes. Thank you. On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference. A press conference? Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
The murder. She was going to pose as him, and they'd be like, I murdered Juan Corrida.
And I'm glad I did it. I did it. I murdered Juan Corrida.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right? Upright? But what struck me strange was that Mr. Ungard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night. But how can that be? The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida himself. The victim? Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corrida was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai.
Okay, what an extra twist.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, big twist. He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing? That's something I don't quite know yet. However, excuse me, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference. The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something, And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
About the suicide.
Which means that Juan Carita, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt on guard. Yes, I guess that is what that would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's a public disclosure. I mean, he may not know the difference. Miss Andrews?
I can see why you're a pros at what you do.
Pardon me?
Yes, just as you say. The press conference was set up by Juan.
Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this.
I was the one he asked to help set it up.
Ooh.
And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me.
You?
Oh, she getting attached to him. Wait, no, she can't. Because he did.
You know what I'm saying? She definitely killed him. Maybe with a Zero Suit Samus neutral B into upbeat combo.
Juan had bet everything on the German Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway.
He was going to ruin him. Huh.
It looked like somehow Juan had in his hand a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career. Had it been revealed.
What?
He was going to pin that suicide on Matt.
Maybe it was something like this. Either he was going to pin that suicide on Matt, or Matt legit had something to do with it. Matt legit had something to do with it, and he was going to reveal that. I don't know why he dies though then in that scenario, but if Matt didn't kill him, but here we go. And do you know what this secret of Miss Ungod's is, Miss Andrews?
That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
We about to find out.
Ah, I see.
I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone.
For sure.
But that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt after all.
Protect Mr. Ungard?
Cap?
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems.
Cap, Your Honor?
Miss Andrews, if you could please tell us about the truth about your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand.
Protecting Matthew.
From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder.
Okay, seems pretty set up, but okay.
Right.
Like, cause how do you know? How are you so certain he doesn't have an alibi?
Right.
Like, don't you know he was asleep? Aren't you his alibi if you're telling the truth?
Right.
My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course. The bun and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him.
You're not Matt's lawyer. What are you talking about? This does account for everything.
Except for the fact that he was asleep the whole time.
Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit.
If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I'm ready to make a ruling. On who? Okay. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. Protecting Matt. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. We're gonna go ahead and save right now before we start pressing her like a button, baby. Hold it. Would you say that your intuition speaking? That was your intuition speaking to you?
Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own.
Ugh.
If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things.
3 things?
A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix.
They didn't teach that to us in school, at least not from what I remember.
Yikes. May I continue now?
Matt had to kill Juan no matter what.
But
So, would you say this need came from the press conference?
yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt Ungard.
And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. You're not protecting him at all.
But I'm sure Mr. Ungard himself didn't know anything about the press conference.
Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference?
I guess that's what we're gonna have to do, huh? Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony. Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony, if you please.
Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright?
She's getting desperate, bro.
I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove that I'm right.
Has Mr. Ungard done something to hurt or betray you personally?
Why do you ask?
You were the one who helped Mr. Kurita with his press conference, and that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Ungard, yet you still helped out. The person on trial right now is Mr. Ungard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern.
Yes, it is.
In any case, this means that the defendant had had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? What did I do? And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. Hold up, I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove that I'm right. Do I have any evidence? Seems like they were summarizing. The was killing. Stolen article, Gatewater Hotel, empty water, photo. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. What is that about?
Oh, she made sure, that's why.
But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Ungard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie you could cover for Mr. Ungard?
I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to where he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying, but I can find no flaws in what Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however. The judge is going straight at Mia.
He's glaring at you, smart guy.
Yeah, alright. What's also confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage.
Then, what about the button?
The button?
It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
And just decided to throw it in my pocket. I won't leave it.
Throw it in your pocket and take it right back with you and take a nap?
Like, come on, bro. You're talking about this button, correct?
That button was found in the That button was found in the pleats of Matt's hakama. Isn't that correct? I think that makes it very decisive evidence. They did that on purpose.
Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony.
I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat.
Thank goodness Mia can still look at me.
With an icy stare, yes.
Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
Why is this kind of... that was kind of cool. Like, Mia, chill on me, mommy.
And how do you know that?
When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly. Or so I heard.
I've heard that before too. But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such fine detail?
Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Just because I'm prepared and you are not.
And I thought I had her this time for sure. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here, but where and what? Okay. That button was torn off with Juan during his fight with Matt.
Yeah, go to the button.
Covered in Karita's fingerprints found in Engard's. What if that was the spare? Like, what if that was actually the spare costume? And that's where it was found in? And that's where they coincidentally found it.
But no, they said they went and shook him, like patted him down and found it.
Maybe Shorty was a freak. I switched his clothes.
Or maybe she took it and put it in there while he was asleep.
That's just me. Go.
I'm so sleepy.
Me too. I'm craving I'm craving like the bread we got, a sandwich with it, bro.
Oh, that would be so good. I want a hot dog burger.
The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor.
Oh, that's not it.
Nope, not at all. But I'm Matt's manager, so I'll find out in a second. Let's go and press her on that. But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time. Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Engard at any time. Why then would she wait until there was such a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason Mr. Karita planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Engard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant. This isn't the Phoenix Wright wax philosophical power hour. And please, stop slandering the witness. As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid.
Really? Because to me, it sounded a little wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more.
You should know this by now. But you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk.
Got it, Chief. I'm gonna pin you down this time, Mr. Andrews. Wow.
Stop it.
But I don't have any way to prove I was right. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. That button was torn off of Juan during the fight with Matt. I feel like it might be the crime scene photo, because speaking on the crime scene, I don't know. Actually, I'm really just talking, bro. Well, let's try it. Looks like it worked. No? No. Never mind.
What, the music stopped and everything?
No. I just was, stupid. Jane, why? Why did you do that?
I don't know, I just wanted to.
You're so nice and you're so smart. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, y'all, we're getting to that point where we were at the end of last episode where it's just like we're mad tired and it's just like, bro, I don't know what it is.
Hold up. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on. That button was torn off with Warren during the fight with Matt. Let me read through this press again. And how do you know that? When the ends of the threads and the button match up. I've heard that before. Why is she so familiar with this case? Doesn't look to me. She's prepared. I thought I had if there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. I feel like if they're gonna go ahead and say that, it has to be that, right?
Yeah, bullshit.
Thank you. Like, I feel like they wouldn't say that if I didn't have any evidence to present here.
Right. Okay, hold on. So.
Ooh, it stopped.
What? What was it?
It was the autopsy. Because I was thinking about right the neck killing and the stabbing at the same time. It was like he was strangled then stabbed. I just felt like that was weird and it had to show up at some point, bro. It honestly was a guess. I kind of guessed. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Fantastic.
This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf.
Strangulation?
The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button has the...
What?
Okay, think about it like this.
Okay.
The victim died via strangulation.
Yes.
Yet the decisive evidence is blood from a struggle. If the struggle resulted in him getting stabbed, why did he get strangled? And how did he get strangled after he was stabbed? If the strangulation is what killed him, how did he get stabbed during the fight? And the stab wound was what killed him if the strangulation is what killed him. We should have got that. That's on us.
Look, it's again.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning, bro.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
We're having a good time, though, and I hope y'all are having a good time with us. Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off of the costume. When? After the knife was stabbed into the victim? Exactly! Which means it's impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle, because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way that this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body.
So my piece is kind of going in there, where it's like, that was a way to frame Matt.
Yeah. What is the meaning of this, right?
It just had a bit of an extra spot.
So, what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button turned off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? We know that this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took his time and effort to purposefully rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Mr. Wright, does this mean that you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it? To pin the crime on Unguard. Let's go ahead and save real fast just in case we're incorrect. But I doubt it. There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Unguard. There's no way anyone would put bloody button in their own pants. That's right. Mr. Unguard was set up by the real killer, of course. Whoa. The little image of Mia over there is always funny to me. Mm-hmm. And the real murderer is, well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then? It's
the killer.
No, it's what's her name?
Adrian?
No,
Celeste?
Old Bag.
Old Bag.
Finally, can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. All right, guys, I'm gonna save one last time, but I think we know who the real killer is. Baby.
Sorry. See?
Regain consciousness.
Hey. Sorry.
Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end.
The real killer, the person who planned to frame Matt Engard was...
Yeah, shorty.
Is it crickets?
Yes. Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you. You are Mr. Carita's killer.
What?
Yeah, shorty, yeah. Order! Mr. Wright. This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence to support your charge? Any evidence? All the evidence points to Miss Andrews.
How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me.
I can't, can I? Would you care to test me?
Then what about this knife?
The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death.
Yeah, baby.
It was used to throw suspicion on a Matt Ungard. Naturally. The knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room, and the only one who had had dinner with him and knew which knife to take
Was you.
Nigga! Sorry.
Then what about the button that was found in Matt's hakama?
The button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Ungard was the real killer, there's no way he would put such incriminating evidence in his own hakama. The only person who could have put this button into Mr. Ungard's hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is yet again you, Miss Andrews. I see. What about the empty guitar case? That is yet another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Andrews.
No,
But Miss Andrews has fingerprints were nowhere to be found in the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing the gloves at the time. That's right. That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So, to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposefully left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. And on top of it all, there's this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on earth can believe that this nickel samurai is Mr. Ungard. He would have been much too short in his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not?
please, stop.
Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time. Miss Andrews.
I refuse to testify.
She plead the fifth. What was that?
There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something. It can incriminate me.
You told
There
on
is?
yourself.
I'm saying, like, well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing the witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot.
Facts.
Yeah, true. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Ungar's room.
Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright.
What?
That was it.
What?
That's what they were talking about. That was a discussion that they had earlier when Phoenix walked in.
I'm saying, like, what specifically was the conversation about?
To plead the fifth.
Ooh. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm kind of like that poor Loki is hitting me, bro.
It's hitting you now?
I mean, it's been hitting me, but it's hitting me progressively more and more.
Yeah.
And I also popular, yeah. So
You're ridiculous.
that's when Prince Kiska planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things looked bad.
You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there still is one thing you haven't done.
Something I haven't done? What's wrong, right? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence?
Loop.
We've gotten this far. We can take her all the way to the cup.
Yeah.
What's so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor, but everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to prove a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Carita.
You should have said that, baby boy.
Well, no, he wants us to find out. Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Carita?
I believe this may lead me to incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt. Don't you think?
Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence.
No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? I'm going to save again, just because you made a good amount of progress, and the decision is coming up. I don't want to die here. I just want to keep progressing.
Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation.
Shorty, what?
I think we reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid, definitive proof. But that's not true. In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess. Recess? I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter, and at tomorrow's trial... Tomorrow? We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then...
Go, Phoenix.
Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial... Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you'd know who the real killer is. Please let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... but it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is... It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you... It's true, Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. Yes, that is very true, but actually there's one little thing I'm curious about. Sorry, y'all, I don't want to have to redo all of this. Miss Andrews? When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yes, and?
I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when someone finds a body, they're shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice.
So my actions were unusual, but I've already...
Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect.
Testify?
Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we found out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness.
I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off him.
Me either.
Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. He's friend.
Yeah, I'd say he's friend. I feel like he's just pushing us in the sense that, like, he can't just be like, yeah, I think she is guilty, Phoenix. This is like you were definitely the prosecution, bro. The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please. Another freaking testimony, guys.
That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting, slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had fainted. I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over.
So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left.
I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours? Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yeah, baby!
Oh my gosh.
Almost there.
Almost there, bro, but I've said that like 5 times. When I found the body, that glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right?
Of course not.
Then who did you pour it for?
Mr. Wright, there's a rhyme and reason for everything.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Let's use her previous statement as evidence that she is lying right now. She said, I was so just like, oh my gosh, I decided to pour myself a glass of juice to calm myself down, but then took 0 sips. So now, in truth, she wasn't pouring it for herself. She was pouring it for Casper the Friendly Ghost. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you?
In other words, right, be quiet and listen.
Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself.
So, it was a mess. Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Kurita?
Good time.
I understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. And then, what did you see next, witness? And Juan, he was just sitting slumped over, tired of looking in the corner. Slumped over?
Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping.
It's just me, or did that right there sound a little odd?
When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over, tired, looking in the corner.
I'm sorry. I know we usually press on everything, but I just feel like I feel very confident in this, and if I'm wrong, that's fine. But I just feel like that is so like capped. Okay, that's fine. But I mean, like, yeah, right. When I saw him sitting like that, I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead didn't cross my mind. Yeah, right. Then what did cross your mind?
I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. And then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap.
Not in the bed. Not in the bed, but on the chair. On the super uncomfortable looking chair.
Anyways, that's what I thought.
I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all?
To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice.
Some juicy
You
juice.
thought he fainted?
I thought he was asleep at first. But then, the room was in such a messy state, I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone.
You were literally live contradicting yourself. And that was when you went to pour the glass of juice?
Yes, he always has a hard time waking up. So Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink.
I see. And after that, what happened next?
You just do this one like a party song.
And how did you come to realize that he was, in fact, dead?
I shook him over and over, but I never got a response.
You also said earlier that you checked his pulse? But okay.
So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse.
Okay, there we go.
I was shocked and staggered backward.
And knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened?
Yes. This is what it all comes down to.
Huh?
This is the absolute end for both sides. And Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now's your best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case.
Isn't that a bit harsh? Sanders, will you tell us the truth this time? Glass of juice didn't really pour for myself. It was a surprise when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan was sitting slumped over, tired, looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. So what, you just didn't notice the knife in his chest, or what? Yeah, radio silence.
Ooh, what was it?
It was the picture of the crime scene. Like, there's a knife in his chest and a freaking scarf around his neck, tied up in the back like a noose. You didn't think he was dead? Give me a brizzity break like a Kit Kat bar.
Mm-hmm.
So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him?
No, not at all.
Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body?
Look at that.
What, you don't remember? Oh my gosh. What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Carita's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought there was a dead man.
Well, you see...
I doubt a single person in the world would make a mistake. Would mistake this for someone who fainted. And then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. Your point is, Miss Andrews, your testimony just now was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer. Insert Zero Suit Samus Star KO soundbite, bro. It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Matt Ungod, is not guilty after all.
But that's impossible. You're wrong.
Mr. Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan.
But you're the one who refused to testify, and your reason for not doing so is that you might end up incriminating yourself.
That's because...
Miss Andrews, I'll give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
I refuse to testify.
Then
Come on,
get
bro,
out of
like-
here and get arrested.
There's no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Ungod's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is this it? Is it over? Have we found the truth at last?
What's wrong, Phoenix?
Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Ungod. Come on, man. Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. Just give me a second, y'all. Keep in mind, this is part 2 of the trial. We have been playing this game since 12 o'clock a.m. A little before 12 o'clock a.m., but we'll just say 12 o'clock a.m. to give them some leeway. It has been 1 hour and 23 minutes. To be fair, give and take some minutes, we messed up a few times in there. I feel like we have finally got to the end of this case. I understand. Oh, you only got one day to solve it, so you kind of got to cram everything. I am so tired of this lame, boring trial. I am tired of it. It's decent. It's not horribly bad. But this trial at no point has got me excited like the trial before this one or the trial before that. I am so tired of this trial, bro. It needs to end. And you mean to tell me that he, Edgeworth, is somehow going to make it continue, bro? How?
We'll find out in the next episode.
We will find out in the next episode. Because I'm going to be so completely honest with y'all, I can't do this anymore tonight. I can't do this anymore tonight. I love y'all so much. I love this game.
We love you guys.
It's great.
We love
It's
this
great
game.
to be here. It's great to do the whole Phoenix Wright thing.
Do the other 2 saves.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. But with all that being said, it just gets to a point, bro. It gets to a point where it's just like, I feel like I've had to present different pieces of evidence so many times. I can't do it anymore. I can't. It's 1:30 at night. I'm tired.
1:25. About to be 1:35 minutes.
I love y'all.
We love you guys.
Stay blessed. Stay safe. Stay positive. Freaking hit that like button.
And that subscribe button too.
And hit the bell.
So like, y'all can know.
When we up in his piece, you could ring my bell. Ring my bell. You could ring.